Divine Spirit and gracious Creator, we're all here to open ourselves up unconditionally to your divine assistance and continued direction. As well as receiving your healing and guidance, we are fully open and ready to receive and notice signs and blessings. We are truly grateful and thank you. Amen. Please settle your minds and focus on your crown chakra. And when you are ready, open it for Spirit to supply you with its source of energy. As it enters your crown chakra, allow it to rebalance all your chakras, starting with the crown chakra, moving on to the brow chakra, down to the throat chakra, and then onto the heart chakra. Work its way down to the solar plexus chakra and then further down to the sacral chakra and down to the root chakra. Allow the spirit energy source to visit all your minor chakras to maximize our potential in this circle. Let the energy settle in your body. When you are ready, move your focus back to your heart chakra. Start linking with all other members of this circle unconditionally. Set your intentions on the task we agreed, please, to maximize our ability to make the links of spirit that we need to achieve. We have come together on the earth plane with the purpose of receiving answers to our questions from our spirit guides and advisors that are happy to link with us. I would like to start by introducing members of our circle here tonight. My name is Neil, and with me today is Pam, Chris, Donna, Claire, Adrian, and another Claire. I would like to welcome all members of the Spirit Circle and thank you for believing in us. As we try to lift our energy level sufficiently to enable you to bridge and make contact through our mediums, we are focusing and offering you the opportunity to link through us. Please do link through your choice of medium. And if you are happy to link through another medium at the same time as another soul from Spirit does, please do so. Where possible, we would respectfully appreciate confirmation that we have achieved a successful link through either a sense of doing so or even more grateful to hear the spoken word itself. As we try to lift our energy levels in our own circle, and with the help of our own guides and others in spirit, we look forward to making the connection to the Spirit Circle. When we have achieved that, could you confirm when you are ready for questions to be put to you, please? A message from Spirit. Can everyone call their guides close, please? It will help you raise the energy of the circle as a whole. Connect with the power of the flame. We are alongside you all now. Wisdom attained in the past lives is also joining you as you become unified. And as you link into the wisdom, it will be shared amongst the members of the circle.
Embrace the different energy that you feel.
Merging of the two circles has happened. Either take it in turns to speak. You can all take part if you wish. As you make the required connections, please let me know when you are ready to take questions.
Go. No, you go. Okay. Hi.
Hello,
How are you?
welcome to us. I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Very well.
Have you been through to us before?
No.
Okay. Are you part of our group of guides and teachers?
No, but he is.
Who's he, please?
Reg.
Who's Reg with tonight, please?
Nigel.
What name would you like to go by, please?
I'm Nigel.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't catch that. Okay.
And I'm Reg. We're both
You're
here.
Nigel. Oh, you're both here and you're both connecting through one medium, is that right?
Yes.
If you are ready, would you be happy to confirm one of your last lives in the human vessel, please?
I was a pilot. Mrs. Reg.
This is Reg now, okay? How long ago would that have been, Reg?
1942.
Okay. So were you a pilot during the war?
I was.
Tough times, Reg.
Tough times, but we had the heart. And the country behind us.
Which country are you referring to, please?
Great Britain.
Okay, thank you. I didn't want to presume. What was your major achievement during that lifetime?
Shooting the bastards down.
But
Fight
what
for
did
the
you learn?
English.
Okay. What did you learn from your life, though, at the end of it?
I died at the war,
Did you? Okay.
but see the outcome, as we all did. And the energy after we won united so many people and nations together. It was a humble thing I did. And I loved every moment of it. I was only 24.
So very young.
But my spirit lives on.
Yeah. What do you do now in spirit, Reg?
There's a bit of everything here. I tend to just look after my own veterans.
Okay.
People of war. Working, trying to bring the peace. It's difficult, but none of it's wasted.
What do you mean by none of it's wasted?
We hear the ones that are injured and have had tough times in life through the wars. But we just heal them and stay close with them and help them through their subconsciousness
Yeah.
and help them with the horrible thoughts that some of them have, but through no fault of their own, just through what they've been through. Casualties of war, they call it. And we work close alongside for the ones that are on the streets as well.
So do you work closely with those that might have fallen recently in the type of modern warfare that they're exposed to?
We work with all of them.
Okay. And do you manage to get them through all their traumas?
We help.
Yeah.
And it just gives them that little bit of hope.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, that's all they have, and that's what they hang on to.
Do you have a view, Reg, on why human vessels were designed to fight physically and verbally and be antagonistic? Because that seems to be a human trait.
It's human nature. It's like being part of a pact. They would just tend to protect the territories, the people and loved ones around them.
Will we ever change?
No. Never have, never will.
Is that not a bad thing?
No. Part of being human.
Okay.
You learn from lessons, and there's lessons to be learned. But a lot of knowledge gives people a little more power, and they use it to their advantages and gains. It's like tactical warfare. Just being at your best to beat the best.
Is that one of the purposes that a human vessel was designed for?
Humans were just designed really to venture the world.
Okay.
They have a free spirit within inside them, and they walk into the world free, and they leave the world free. Everything in between is what they choose to do, or what they are learning from the people around them, whether that's good or bad.
But presumably some of those good or bad experiences are a set of preconditions before they came here.
It all comes from the heart.
Okay.
If you love something enough, you'll fight for it. Whether that be man, country, beast, anything. It's all from the heart.
What would you describe as harmony? Does that imply that everyone in spirit agrees? Or are there disagreements in spirit?
I wouldn't say there's disagreements in spirit. We're at certain levels where we're working hard, but the ultimate goal is the balance and harmony with the two worlds.
So is that the drive?
Every man has peace within them. But the heart and desire to fight for what they feel is right obviously puts them into a position to what they don't always agree with on the earth. But a man will do that. But the spirit within inside is always pure. And its connection from us, you, everybody and everything is pure. But the outcomes are always determined by what that person on earth is faced with. The path chosen by every spirit. It's like a destiny. And they can come back here with a knowledge and experience of what they've gained. Sometimes even though they come back and they feel it was wrong, it is still right because it was the path they chose.
Yeah.
And that does help them evolve and grow and adapt to help who they need to guide.
Okay. So when someone brings back a negative experience, let's say, or a bad experience, what do others in spirit see from that or learn from it?
They just learn that negative energy. And then when they feel that negative energy within a certain balance in certain places, it shows them where more healing and guidance is needed. And you can see that grow. And they just work so hard in just bringing a balance. But without the negativity, a lot would be lost.
Okay. So are you suggesting it's the negativity that actually creates the learning experience?
It is true. If you was to hit your hand and hurt it in a certain way, you wouldn't do that anymore because you've learnt from that. So you've learnt by something that you've done. And then you would pass on that knowledge yourself to tell people, I did this, you don't really want to be doing it that way. So then you become a person that gives people guidance.
Okay.
And that's the easiest way for me to try and explain it.
I mean, that example is a good example, but if I use that as an analogy, when there's been so many wars historically and the ongoing one now, why haven't we learned from that? Why do we still continue to have these wars?
Without war, there'll never be peace. And if there's too much peace, it's horrible to say it, there just wouldn't be a good thing. The human trait and the spirit
Yeah.
has to have a negative and positive. You can't
But
have one or the other.
okay, are there negatives and positives in spirit?
Of course there is. It's a negative energy and a positive energy. And it's all that is in between.
And how do you how do you resolve that in spirit, or how do you deal with it in spirit?
You can't take it away.
Okay.
If you didn't have the opposites, nothing would work. It's like the North Pole and South Pole. They work against each other,
Yeah.
but it is what helps evolve and make the world turn naturally. And that is what helps create life
Okay.
and keep the balance on Earth.
In spirit, if a spirit veers away from their chosen pathway, how do you get them back on course? You know, I'm talking about actually in spirit, not on the earth plane.
In spirit, we have elders. They're not in charge, they're just like a hierarchy. And they work together to keep us balanced as well. And we go to them for guidance.
So are they like parents that keep the children in order? You know, just to do a
Yes,
comparison.
in your terms, that's the best way to put it in your
Okay.
terms. Yeah.
Yeah. So presumably an elder has had the most experience. So
But they've never walked the earth.
does that not limit them if they've never walked the earth?
No. They're part of who we are. What would one say? Creators.
Yeah. I mean, Reg, we've always been told, obviously, and most of us accept it, spirit are all as one. And if that's so, why do spirit have different opinions?
A spirit has learned from being on the earth plane. And they carry that within them. It doesn't cloud judgment or anything. But because they communicate and guide people, as the elders guide us,
Yeah.
it's just like a system that works. It's the best way I can say it to you.
Okay.
Each soul that comes back, like all my old dear friends from when I was on Earth, there were so many at that time, so many of us. Collectively, as all the souls joined back, it just builds a nice influx of energy and that balance within that part. It's very complex to explain, but if you was to look at the universe and every single solar system and every single complex planet and every single star and all the energies, here you are collectively one little part of that energy.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is still one. And it's difficult because we can't see size or time or anything like it would be on Earth. But if you could see it through the human vessel, it would be so big you just couldn't even imagine it.
Yeah. So it would be overpowering. Is that what you're saying?
It would be, but it still would be like the size of a pinprick.
Okay.
It's that big. You can't put a size or matter or anything on energy. The energies that people make on Earth obviously drains away because it's man-made.
Yeah.
But the energy here has and will never fade away.
So does the energy in spirit have a momentum that it passes around?
the energy here is just endless. It's spark, it's source, it's through everyone. The atom bomb would be absolutely nothing compared to what's here.
Okay.
Even the power of a meteor hitting Earth and wiping it out is still nothing. Not even a drop in the ocean compared to what's here. If that was to ever happen, then another world would be great.
Right. Okay. Is that how worlds were created?
All from the energy, yeah. Everything's
Yeah.
created from energy.
Yeah. Reg, what do you miss in spirit from, from your previous life? Anyone?
What do I miss in spirit?
When you reflect on your previous life, what do you miss about it?
My previous life was a short and good life. And my darling girl that I had left behind, and my child.
Okay.
But as in spirit, I'm always around my daughter. She's very weak at the moment, and she will be coming home joining me soon. But I'm around her a lot.
Does she know that, Reg?
She does.
Yeah.
She does.
So there'll be a great reunion then, won't there?
She knows we're waiting, but she's hanging on for her daughter.
All right. Okay.
Circle of life. It's
Yeah.
glorious, isn't it?
Yeah, I understand that. Okay. Reg, have there ever been any design disasters in spirit and projects scrapped before they've even been implemented?
I wouldn't say there's a design or anything that's been implemented for anybody. It's just a soul can get to choose the path it wants to take. You can say the only time things may differ for a soul is for when there's a connection for twins.
Okay.
It's like both souls are in each vessel at the spark. And you do get also it's a weird way of saying it. A soul that would probably want to go as a man but ends up being a woman. So a vessel gets confused with that.
So how did that happen? If they thought they were coming back as a man?
Yes, it's more of a chemistry imbalance with the human.
Okay. But who controls the development of the embryo?
Well, that's the mother, of course. It's given life on conception.
Yeah.
The spark happens. It's when the soul's connected. And the mix up with the chemistry within the body.
So hypothetically, though, if the mother actually had the longing for, let's say, a daughter, could that overrule the intention for that soul to take the life of a man? Could it ever be strong enough to actually cause that?
It could do.
Yeah. Okay.
And what people don't always remember is that even though a baby is within inside, the soul is in tune with itself, and the baby is hearing things it doesn't
Yeah.
yet understand, but it picks up on vibrations, and sometimes that negativity vibration passes through. And as that child would grow, some of that negativity carries through.
Yeah.
And people, as you see, would drink, smoke, do drugs. And that affects that embryo in so many ways.
Yeah.
But some end up being good and some end up being bad.
Yeah.
It's not their choice. It's what they're brought into.
I mean, should recreational drugs on the earth plane, as we know them now, be avoided?
They've been back and on the earth for years. Mankind is very venturous and we're always trying to find new things. And when they do find new things, see new things, new creatures and new lives and different things, you'd say that's when they come back and bring back some of the energies and different things that they've been through. That's where we learn. Because the world, as it was created, is forever evolving. Mankind do change a lot of things.
But doesn't the use of them create a negative effect?
It damages a lot of people.
Okay.
But it's something that'll just never go away.
But why did Spirit allow it to continue?
we can only guide. We can't physically. Well, I would like to go down and slap a few people, but you can't do that. You can just guide.
Yeah.
A lot of people know what's right and wrong, but sadly they choose wrong because it can be an easier path. And sometimes it's just greed. An easy
So
life.
yeah. So when they come back to spirit, do the majority of them recognize the negativity of what they actually put into their bodies?
When they come back to spirit, they actually understand what they was doing.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, they understand what they've done. They understand that they've killed themselves. They understand that they've left a lot of loved ones in a lot of negativity, damaged their mind, damaged their souls as such,
Yeah.
and crushed people. It crushes so many people.
Yeah. It's one of the most painful experiences for others to cope with.
But again, when they come back, they all just want to send their forgiveness. But as you know, it's always too late.
Yeah.
But by them being around the people that they love, just shows that person that little bit of hope.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's why we do what we do,
Yes.
or what we try to do anyway. Okay for me to carry on?
For a few more moments.
Okay. Is hate ever a form of love or jealousy, or can it be both?
Oh, the old love and hate question. It's both the same. You can love someone and be jealous, but if they like someone, but if you can hate someone, you can be jealous because you wanted that at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a word, love and hate. It means technically two different things, but the feelings and emotion from it are the same. It's funny because some people do better and people hate that, but that pushes them to do better. So
Yeah.
even hate is a very positive thing. But jealousy is just a human concept to well, it's difficult. It's just an emotion and a feeling within inside.
Mm.
And the jealousy can control people and sometimes a little bit too far. Some people get so jealous, sadly, they take their own lives.
Yeah.
Some people get jealous, so they do think something about it and positively go for better jobs, and it pushes them. It's just the view of the person at the time. But sadly, people don't know what people are going through. But love is the key to most of this.
Yeah.
And most people love are the ones that hate themselves. But the love that shines through them helps so many people. And the hate that goes through them for themselves is always unnoticed.
Why do they hate themselves?
Just through life, things they've been through.
Okay.
But through that, their experience is gained and they can pass on that loving feeling inside of them from the heart to help people, because they wouldn't want people to go through what they've gone through.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a difficult situation for some people, but most people just are so strong they can deal with it themselves. And most people feel that if they talk about it, that they'd sound a bit crazy and people would think they'd probably go and need to see a shrink, but they don't. So a lot of people bottle a lot of things up deep inside and just put it on a shelf, as one would say.
Yeah.
Just that every now and then you have to go in that little place you've locked it up and pop it off the shelf. That's why people have all the mood swings and their ups and downs in life.
It's a bit like, in some situations, why we're able to remain calm and detached one moment, and in another, go into a blind panic and rage.
Yeah, it's statical, and it? It's so funny, some people, how they act. I think most people, and the quiet people, are the ones that are most reserved and have a lot more to give.
Yeah.
The people that are loud and in people's faces as such, it's just their way to cope. It's just a mechanism with inside the people at the time when they're dealing with whatever they deal with. So many complex situations go through people's lives. Good, bad, horrible, right, wrong. But when they sit back and think, it's just living. And you learn from good things that you've done, and you learn from bad things that you've done. No one's perfect.
Why have so many mediums experienced trauma in their lives? There seems to be a lot of mediums that.
Most mediums learn more about the ability of what every human's got. Everyone's got an ability. But it's like a spiritual awakening. So should there be a trauma, a loss, or something that's troublesome, it helps shift their mind, and at that time it's like a timestamp and emotion that is meant to be, and it just helps them. Not everybody needs a trauma to do this, because they're born with it and they don't lose the ability.
Okay.
But a trauma resets the mind, and that's when they understand what comes to them, and they'll find that they'll reach out to certain people, groups alike, and it just gives them a better understanding of who they are.
Yeah. Okay.
Without a trauma, it would never happen.
Yeah.
Like
That's probably where I'm coming from.
It's a reset. That's the best thing to say.
Yeah.
It's like a little reset.
Yeah. Okay. Who has the final say on life as you now know it, being in spirit?
The most loved one to you. what most people will do is if they're loving the loved one that's in front of them that is about to pass, the person that is about to pass is always listening for like permission just to say that they can go and meet their loved ones who are waiting for them. And if you've been in that situation of somebody that is close to you that is passing on their deathbed, everyone will say your loved ones are waiting for you, it's time for you to go. Whether they're there in person or they think that and put it through their thoughts, that's when you can let go and transition back into the place where we need to go from where we come from.
I understand that one. Okay, but what I meant was you're in spirit, but who has a final say on your life in spirit as you know it compared to a human vessel?
You do yourself. You just let go. Know when your time's up because you've chosen the time.
Okay. Why were human vessels created? Because presumably animals were here first. Why did you need to create a human vessel?
Like every creature, it has its own design. The humans are a complex creature. They have a lot of desire in them. And they have the capability of learning and adapting as they evolve.
Okay.
Whereas the animal kingdom's instinct is just literally eat, sleep, food.
Okay. So it was a development for spirit to expand, is that right?
Expand and gain knowledge on an
Yeah,
earth
that's
plane,
what.
yes, that's exactly what it's for.
Okay.
We're all travellers now. And everybody's desire, even on earth, is to sometimes travel and expand.
Yeah.
And reach out. And that's because that's what the soul is doing within them, travelling. It's a journey. Everyone's unique and everything they touch is just a pathway. And every vessel learns differently because one's touch to another one's touch is always different. And as the mind grows, they don't look at it as the same view or experience.
Yeah.
And that sadly is what we can't do here. But through the vessel that comes back, it's what we learn more.
Right.
We can't touch or feel like we would do when I was on Earth. But we can put our presence around.
Yeah.
The easiest way for us to connect is through animal kingdoms and animals. Because they don't sense like humans.
No. Is that why you use animals to communicate with humans?
Yes. Sometimes.
Yeah.
You would do it through eyes of the birds or a butterfly, so you can softly be close. Even sometimes Spirit will do it through snakes,
Okay.
because what it is every human has a love for a certain type of thing,
Yeah.
and we know what that is. And when they see or feel that, and it raises their energy in their heart and soul, that's where they see and feel the connection when they look at something. And you know it's true, because everybody that feels that always looks twice.
Yeah.
And that's why we use the animal kingdom.
Okay. I know you do it, so, and it breaks barriers.
And we can tap into that energy.
Yeah.
And fluctuate energy. And that's a good thing. And even through objects such as wood, because it was a living thing, it still carries so much energy, so we can sometimes help that and pull that energy and move things. But that is hard.
Okay. But all good things are best working for, aren't they?
They always are, to show the loved ones that people are around still.
Yeah.
And it's always needed, more today than it ever was. I'm going to go now, Neil.
All right. Thank you, Reg. I enjoyed talking to you, and thank you for your openness with the questions.
Thank you. And Nigel
Are you
has
gonna?
gone, and he said sorry
He's-
that he had to go.
Okay. Well, maybe he can come back another time.
I'm sure he will. Take care.
Yeah. You have a safe journey back.
I'm already home.
Greetings, Neil.
Hello. What name are you going to go by tonight, please?
I am Yanis.
Welcome, Yanis. Yanis, is that a Greek name?
Yes.
Okay, welcome. So again, just to set the scene, Yanis, if you're happy to, could you describe one of the lives that you enjoyed on the Earth plane, please?
Yes, I would love to. So I had quite a few lives in Greece.
Okay.
I felt at the time that I had a lot to learn.
How long ago would this be?
Ooh,
In Earth time?
this would be before your Christianity.
All right. Okay.
This would be in the time where we would worship on earth, the gods.
I take it you mean the Greek gods?
Mhm. Yes, the Greek gods.
Okay.
This is what fascinated me. Of how the stories would come of each god. It is very fascinating on how between spirit and the human vessels combined to bring in these gods. So I took it upon myself not to necessarily. So in one of my lives, I was just your average family man, you would say.
Yeah.
In that life, I was just mainly buildings, worked on the buildings, building some of the temples and the palaces. I would be helping to make the columns. And I took this upon myself in that life to work hard, but also to see the finished product.
Okay. And are those temples
I had
still
a wife
standing
and
now?
we, unfortunately, the child passed young. But we carried on, and we used to help look after others' children.
Okay.
And then we decided not to have any more children, as we could see that you could love another's child as much
Yeah,
as your own.
absolutely.
When I passed from that life, I was not very old. I died of an accident at work.
Okay.
But I'd set up another life to come back as. And I managed to come back. And my previous wife was still alive. She was very old at the time.
Did you make contact with her?
Yes, I came back as a child of a friend.
Okay, right.
She did not know this at the time, and obviously I didn't, but this was what I learned to
Yeah.
do. And in that lifetime, she looked after me a couple of times while my parents worked.
Do you think she sensed who you were?
Yes, when she came back to spirit after I'd finished that life. She stayed and waited.
All right.
And we
Okay.
talked about how things were. In that lifetime, she watched me grow. I became a teacher of sorts. Teach others to write and to draw, to do art in their spare time, to help them grow and expand their minds, not just with what was put in front of them. In that life, I had 10 children.
Oh, big family.
Yes. I also, towards the end, moved towards the coast and took up fishing. To see what a different type of life would be
Yeah.
towards the end, but still teaching, by this time, painting. Then in my third life, we went back together as she waited. We decided to go back together,
Okay.
but we did not become man and wife. We were brother and sister.
Okay.
And we traveled as much as we could. Until we settled down with our own partners. People thought we were together as
Yeah.
we came back as twins.
Okay. Right. Okay.
So when it was our time to start work, we decided to move along, and our parents was happy for us to do that.
Right. Okay.
Then we went our separate ways and then came back together. She went and lived in Crete,
Okay.
and I stayed around the Acropolis area.
Oh, in Athens. Okay.
And I, in that life, maybe didn't do the best I should have done.
Why'd you
But
say that?
I never settled with a particular job after that.
Okay.
I never really got married and settled properly. So I suppose the purpose of describing these lives to you is that you can come back and bring your friends with you from spirit.
Yeah.
But also to help recognize that maybe some in the family or close friends are part of your group.
Thank you for confirming that. I mean, you know that I feel that anyway, but other people will hear that and be uplifted by it.
But also you have the choice as well.
Yeah.
And also anything is possible within your own life.
Yeah.
It is what you make it, as much as the externals can dictate certain things.
Yeah. Okay.
If you try your best. Follow your heart as well.
What do you miss about, your life in Greece, in spirit, when you look back?
The sounds, the smells, the feeling of connection with the earth. It is very unique. People take for granted what you have underneath your feet.
That's a wonderful way of putting it. Thank you for that.
It is my pleasure.
Again, as you know, Greece is one of my favorite places, admittedly just on holidays, but the connection with nature and just the whole ethos of how it ticks is wonderful. For me, maybe for everyone, but for me.
It is one of those places people forget. They want to go to Egypt and some of these other places. But it is one of the earlier places for earlier civilization.
Yeah. When you followed the Greek gods, how did your belief system help stabilize your life at the time?
What fascinated me was that all these gods were meant for different things.
Yeah.
They almost had human traits. But how can I say this? There is some truth into each and every one of them. But again, you take out what you need.
Yeah.
Because those that represent the gods will have their own needs and wants.
Okay.
So their teachings are not true.
But at the time, can't it be argued that they brought stability to a lot of people's lives.
Yes, without doubt. It did bring a structure.
Yeah.
A daily routine, a way of releasing by giving the same prayer.
Yeah.
Giving thought to others and not always about oneself.
Yeah, agreed.
There's a lot that's lost that ability now.
Yeah.
But what people need is faith within themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happened. They've lost faith in other things and then lose the faith within themselves.
And when that happens, it becomes a very difficult problem, doesn't it, for the individual?
Yes, because they have no belief in something else, they lose the belief in themselves as well.
Yeah. So sad.
But if we can get people to try and believe in themselves, then they will start to believe in other things.
Why are we living in such a mental age, what I call a mental age, that I know we have people with physical illnesses, but we have a lot of people, human souls, with mental issues?
I do not know the reason of why it has become so bad, or rampant, I should say, across the planet.
Yeah.
But I do believe it is because of the way you communicate,
All right.
the lack of connection within the family, within the home, within the community, and it spreads out. I think some people are too self-absorbed and they do not look without, even though they lack self-belief within. This sounds quite contradictory, but they're only thinking about themselves and not of the combined.
Yeah. So we're back on the greed issue again, aren't we, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Many of your problems and issues today could be easily solved by better communicating, having a better belief within yourself and for others.
There's always hope.
Yes, there is. And this is what we are trying to send our messages out for.
Yeah.
By sometimes when we say look after number one, that does not necessarily mean just yourself. That is, look after your body physically and your mind mentally. But send your love out.
Yeah. What's the best tonic you think we could benefit from in our lives at the moment?
Slow down. People think too much about what's coming up and notice what's happening at the time. Always rushing to try and do the next thing, not enjoying what they're currently doing. We see people now that do not just talk. They have to use these electronic devices at the same time. When they listen to music, they're looking again. When they walk somewhere, they take these devices. They cannot put them down. Not getting time to think of their own thoughts. Think about themselves. Too busy looking at others and what they're doing. As much as you have these devices to help you in your life, and they have brought great connections, they have also brought a big addiction.
Yeah.
Moderation is what's needed.
What would you describe as the cost and benefit of chasing our dreams? Is it a wasted maneuver?
No, definitely not. To dream is a good thing, and to try and achieve it is even better. Gives purpose, sense of achievement. So they don't have to be the biggest dreams either.
No.
But you can move forward on them. Creates inspiration, creativity.
Yanis, how would you define being happy? What should we focus on?
Content with yourself. Love for yourself. People see happy as always smiling and laughing, but sometimes it is just to be content, where you are not worrying, where you can sit and be and just enjoy that time with not thinking about what's going to happen or what you have to do next. Try to get within the flow. If I put that across, okay for you, Neil?
Yeah, you have. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe a poll for the spirit circle, please. Could you rate and prioritize between the three of them love, laughter, and living?
You've already put them in the order that we would have put. To love first, laugh second, gives happy living. And they would all be equally rated, as much as you might think, damn it, that's boring, but that is how it should be.
Thank you for that. Just leading on from that then, how would you describe unconditional love? It's very easy to say, but what should
Very
it mean?
difficult to do. It is something that can't be taught. I find it easier to try and explain that to help you along is do not judge. Because as soon as you judge, then you put a block, then it doesn't become unconditional.
Okay.
People and things and animals all have their quirks, but if you take them for what they are, not what they look like, or say or do, just look and observe, but try not to think too deeply. That will help with the unconditional love.
Yeah.
Or try to imagine if you've had children or grandchildren, that love that you give before you've even met the child.
Yeah.
The same for those that may be animal lovers. You do not judge, you just love straight away. That would be my advice on the path to unconditional love.
Thank you for that. That's a good way of putting it. Yanis, what's your role in spirit, please?
My main role currently, you would call me a helper, where I come in as a guide for a set time to help you on that part of your life, your journey.
So are you like a specialist that is called in because of your experiences.
Yes.
Okay.
I like that. Especially it sounds much nicer than a helper. That would be ego.
I know, but you're laughing about it, so that's not bad, is it? Are too many humans being lazy in life on the Earth plane at the moment?
Yes. I can't say any word than yes to that.
Okay. Does the price of solitude lock out missed benefits on life? Or is there a counterbalance?
I would say counterbalance with that one.
Yeah. Presumably it's best if we can keep it in check, that we can, I suppose, get the best of both worlds.
Yes. Too much of one.
Yeah.
Is not good.
What does spirit feel is the food of life, and why?
Food would be nice in spirit. It would be knowledge, learning, and enjoy.
Okay. When you're not helping in spirit, what do you like doing?
I like to sit and connect with my group, my family.
Okay. Yeah.
As much as we do not have time, it is nice when we come together.
Yeah.
It has been lovely to join you tonight, but it is time for me to leave you as Adrian is getting tired now.
Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure to talk to you, Yanis.
It has been my pleasure to come and join you this time. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay. Just keep helping us, please.
Yes, we will. And please do not forget to ask for healing. That goes to all of you in the group.
I'll make sure they all hear that.
We leave our love with you and hope to join again another time.
Yeah, and we look forward to that as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Time for us now to finish today's question and answer session. We would like to thank Spirit for being here to guide us and working directly with us. That includes our personal guides, the teachers, and the helpers, and for the additional advisors that have joined us here today to give us the benefit of their wisdom. Thank you for your continued support, which we all fully appreciate and value. We do look forward, as we've said, to linking up again with you next time. Before we close the link, we hope you don't mind us spending a few minutes of our time exploring our personal direct links with Spirit. 2 to 3 minutes, everyone, until I call you back into the room. Time now to refocus on your crown chakras, please. And as and when you have, close it down to break your link with Spirit. Move any residual energy you don't need down from your crown chakra to your brow chakra, onto your throat chakra, then to your heart chakra. Further down to your solar plexus chakra and onto your sacral chakra, and then to your root chakra. Allow this surplus energy to move down through your legs and body to your feet and ground yourselves on Mother Earth, please. When you are sufficiently grounded and in your own time, gently and slowly bring your attention back into the room. Are you okay, Pam?
Yes, thank you. So my voice going a little bit iffy on that. What I saw tonight was lots and lots of architecture on that, and still to be found on this earth. They'll be to be discovered in caves and underground, and all sorts of things. And they will be discovered when the time is right. So if someone thinks after this message they're going to go and find it now, it will be when the time is right. So you'll have to wait. So thank you.
Thank you for that, Pam. And on that note, I'll stop the recording.